know how that's gonna sound, but we'll test it out right now.
Okay.
And I grew skin off my finger when I was putting that fucking plug in.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ow. Happens to me all the time.
Right, it just sucks.
And David, why didn't you just go to the laptop in the first place? I was like,
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It wasn't loading, fucker. I'm gonna say that too. It wasn't loading, fucker. Because of you, we have to restart everything. Because of you, we have to restart everything. Oh, shit.
oh, shit. testing 1 2 7.
Oh, we're on?
We're on.
Oh, shit.
God damn it, Oscar.
I know. Sure.
He's like all chilling.
I just get it. You also need to eat my shit right here. Yeah, fast bites.
Fast bites.
Alright, so what's the topic? Aliens.
Aliens.
Go.
We should save that one, no? I feel
You
like
think so?
Yeah, we should save that one.
Alright.
What about society?
Oof. Go all day on that.
Yeah, we can go all day on that shit.
Okay. Paranormal.
Alright, yeah. Give me a story.
Oh, I have a lot.
Yeah? The best one you got.
I know the really good ones that I have. Okay. So my family has a history of seeing people with no face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. But one night, I was camping with my family and all my extended family. So we went on this big trip in Colorado, and we went to this campsite, and I couldn't sleep. It was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I don't check time when I'm camping. Mm-hmm. So, my uncle came out of his tent, I came out of mine, and he was like, "Oh, you're awake too?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, you want to go for a walk? Because I can't sleep for shit." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I think I was in middle school at the time. Mm-hmm. And we went up the trail, because you know how they have like those big pathways, and there's like sometimes there's like the lights to light up the way, but they're like distant. Yeah. So we stopped somewhere, and we were sitting on this like log or whatever, and we were just like chilling there talking. And then you know how you can see somebody like talking to you, but they look past you and they're looking at something else, and you're like, so yeah. So I was like, "What do you?" Because I was talking to him, and I was like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And so I looked over, and then there's this person where they looked like hunched over, had a blanket over them or something, and they were like limping a little bit. So yeah, and so that was creepy enough already. But me and him were just like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Well, maybe that person needs help." I was like, "Well, let's wait till they go under that light so we can see them, make sure they're okay." So we just kept talking like normal. And then he was like, "Oh, they're about to put lights." So I was like, "Okay." So we waited, and we were looking, and the person was first looking down, and once they reached under the light, they slowly looked up, and then they didn't have a face. Me and my uncle flipped out, obviously, started hauling ass. Midway, when we're already in the middle of running, he stops out of nowhere, and I'm like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then he was like, "Fuck, I left my sandal over there. I lost my sandal." And I was like, "Fuck your sandal." I was like, "Fuck your sandal. I ain't going back there. Fuck you."
There's always gotta be that one guy.
That's why you don't wear sandals. We're here. Don't do that shit up in here. So that's a good one. Yeah. No face, no case.
No face, no case.
Yeah, that's a good one.
To this day, I can't explain it.
Alright. That was your first experience?
Oof. My first experience? Well, my mom said when I was a baby, I would always see, like, angels and stuff, she said. Like, I would look at different...
What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's
I don't
crazy.
seem like
That's crazy, Wade.
Yeah.
I have a story just like that. Wade, my mom told me the same thing. That's crazy.
I don't seem like a Pisces. People say I'm more...
Yeah, you don't seem like a Pisces. Yeah. I was thinking you're like a Libra or some shit.
People think I'm a Leo or like a fire sign, maybe.
Nah, fire sign. Nah. If you were a fire sign, I mean, because you.
I mean, if you get to know me more, you'll.
Okay, maybe that's true. Yeah, that's true. Because when I first saw you, like as soon as I parked and I saw you, you had that face where I was like, "Oh, this bitch is gonna be a bitch." But nah, you're chill as hell. Yeah. So I mean, if that would you would have been you would have been a fire sign if you were a bitch, but you're not a bitch. Oh shit. So
yeah, people say that all the time. They're like, "Damn, you." When I first met you, I thought you were gonna be a bitch. And
yeah, that's what you look like. I was like, shit, I gotta get ready for this. But now you're chill.
I told you that the last podcast he had, or broadcast, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm hella vibey, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, I'm a Pisces too. That's why. But like in the in the podcast, I was like, because I would ask him too. I was like, yo, what's your zodiac sign? Because I always fucking try to get people's zodiac signs and shit, you know. But I thought you were Libra though. You give me that fucking vibe, that Libra vibe. Yeah. That's crazy. Huh.
Joel, what's your sign?
That's a secret.
Aries.
Yeah, he's an Aries.
Knew it.
No, wait, for real? That was your guess?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Seemed like an Aries to me.
No.
Not in a bad way. It just does. And plus, I get, like, for some reason, this is why people sometimes think I'm a fire sign too. Is because a lot of my friends are fire signs. Like,
I mean,
where
you do
I'm supposed to
have that fire sign vibe a little bit.
Yeah, and where I don't like. Whenever because they're supposed to say Pisces and Cancer are supposed to be like, you know,
not
true lovers.
Not even.
Yeah, and I cannot stand fucking Cancers.
Right? Oh,
I cannot stand Cancers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, me too.
Cancer.
Yeah, and then even with Scorpios, though, I don't like. They're okay, but I don't vibe with them like I do with fire signs. No.
Like the thing with me is, I'm like. Relationship-wise and sex-wise, I'm always either in a relationship with a fire sign or having sex with a fire sign. You never catch me having sex with anyone else, and I don't know why. It's just that they catch my attention, but it's crazy because I don't even know that they're a fire sign.
Right.
And I'm already hitting them up.
Yeah.
You know, because of that fire. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Scorpios, I'm chill with Scorpios. Like I cannot get along with no one else but Scorpios.
Yeah.
And then Cancers, I have a couple Cancer friends, but I just can't get along with Cancers. Like eventually, if you put me in a room with a Cancer, I'm gonna end up fighting the motherfucker. I'm gonna end up fighting him. Yeah.
I can't stand them.
And then they say Aquarius and Pisces are like best friends, which is kind of true. But I mean, I don't know. I met a couple Aquarius that I thought they were gonna be friends, but nah.
Yeah, I can't. I usually vibe with either fire signs or someone who's my own sign. Right? Yeah, and then.
Which is crazy because you're like the first Pisces sign that I actually vibe with. Really? I don't like chilling with other Pisces. I don't like it.
Surprise! Congratulations!
I know.
I'm gonna get you a balloon from Party City. Surprise!
For real?
Congratulations!
Oh, that's crazy. Alright, but it's your turn.
Yeah.
You've been quiet over there.
What the fuck?
Texting and shit.
Joel, stop texting your hoes.
For real.
Can't.
Stop sending your dick pics.
Right now on stream.
You're on stream, what the fuck? Get it together, Joel. Hoes, bros before hoes. What the fuck happened to that?
It's hot, bitch.
It's just hot in here in general. Like,
yeah, it is hot in here. But yeah, as a kid,
what's good? Yeah, I play Hunt sometimes still. Not as often, but I'm trying. I'll get back into it.
He's lying.
How long? The time difference. Oh yeah, what time is it over there then?
Oh shit.
He says, "What's the secret, Joel?"
Who said that?
Yeah, Joel.
Phoenix.
Who?
Phoenix, because he's like, "What's this about?" I was like, "It's a secret."
For real.
Oh.
Like a month or so. Crazy K. What's your gamer tag? Shit. It's 3:49 in the morning over there where Phoenix is right now.
In Phoenix?
God fucking damn.
He's like, hurry it up, boy.
Damn. What's he doing up this early?
All-nighter, bro. All-nighter. That's what we gotta do.
Okay.
Like the camera's moving. I mean, like the mic's moving a lot.
Who said that?
Okay. Alright, what were we on? What topic?
Paranormal.
Paranormal.
Your experience.
I've told you this one. Where it was at church. It was at Harvest Christian Center. Do you know where that is? Harvest Christian Center?
Isn't that right by me?
I think so.
Yeah. I've had experience there too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is... So... I always ask people before I tell them, like, you believe in levitation?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, like... I wanted to believe, but I never did until that. Like, I always wanted something to prove to me that it was real and shit. And so... One day, me and my cousin were at we're in this multi-purpose room is what they call it. It's a big ass fucking room.
Right.
And it's pretty much empty at the time. There was no activities, nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we had, it's like these rolling things that you could put TVs and systems on to play, but you could like roll it around, you know. So we had that there, and we were about to start playing PlayStation 2. So we sit down, we got these bunks, these tall bunks, and we put them down, right? And we're about to play, we were turning on the system, we're sitting there, and as we're starting the game up, I see something coming from like the corner of my eye that looked like I didn't look towards it because I thought that it was just my vision going blurry from my side, you know? So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, like I gotta just like blink or some shit, right? Oh, Crazy K with Thrawn. What's good? Oh yeah, no, I remember, dude.
He forgot about you.
I don't know if you have me on the new account or I made a new account, but it depends on. Did you play with me as anonymous or as Dirty Hamster? That's the thing, because like the new one is the anonymous one. Anyways, so I see this thing, right, and it starts coming like going this way,
right,
and I'm still looking at the screen, and I look, and do you know how when it gets really fucking hot, you like around the street you could see the heat waves?
Yeah,
like, you know, it's like all blurry and shit, kind of have to like wink. So that's what I'm seeing, but huge, like big, like covering everything between me and the screen, like this big, just like a giant heat wave. And I'm looking, I'm like thinking like, oh, I'm about to faint or some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm like this, and I'm just like staring at it, like seeing as it's moving this way. So I'm thinking it's gotta be my eyes, you know, like something with my eyes. I'm looking around and it's still there, like going like this, like in front of me. And as that's happening, like my body felt like weird. It didn't feel like the tingly, but it's just like something was up. I could feel it, you know.
Right.
And I'm seeing it go like this across from me, and I'm watching it go all the way to the end of the hall, and then like it looked like it. I don't know if it turned into the hall, but I didn't see it anymore. Once it hit that corner, it just was gone. Yeah, sure. And I saw it, like I could see it physically going that way, and I'm like, and then like as it leaves, I feel myself just go. Like I hit the ground, and I was like, "The fuck!" I was sitting down. Like, how did I hit the ground? You know. And so it hits, and I kind of had to like gain my balance, and I like try to stabilize myself, and I get up, and as I'm standing up, my cousin stands up, and he looks at me, and I was like, thinking like he's looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And before I could speak, he's like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "Oh fuck." Like,
oh shit.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. And we're standing up and we're looking, and then he notices and he points it out. He's like, "Dude, like look at the chairs," and we're not even in front of the TVs anymore. We were like away, like we both of the bunks lifted off the ground and like moved this way. And while I'm looking at that, he was looking at the bunks, so he saw what like that we like were off the ground.
Who was all there? It was just you two.
It was just me and him sitting there.
Wait, what are you guys doing at church? Where are you by yourself?
It was in between services, because you know how like they have multiple services, so we were between the other service, and we're like, oh, because you know we used to work there too.
Yeah.
So we're just like, oh, let's go play some PlayStation.
That's crazy.
And then like so they hit, and I'm just looking like I couldn't believe what the fuck. Like I was trying to make sense of it in my mind with any way possible, you know.
Right.
We were like teenagers.
But like you actually saw.
I saw something? The blurry shit. Really? It looked like this was when I was maybe 15 or something, right? So this was before not technology, but before like the, for example, you know how there's those shields that can bend light,
right?
It's like that. That's what I felt like I was looking at.
Shields that can bend light.
Yeah, you haven't seen it? Like invisibility is supposed to be technology.
God damn, Oscar, get it together.
It was like fucking like heat waves, but like all together. Like if something was there, but I couldn't see it.
That's crazy. Like I've never seen anything like me myself. Like I mean, really? I only got one story that's like paranormal, but I didn't see anything. I heard shit, you know. Like I was home alone with my little sister,
right?
And we were outside in the backyard playing and shit. I was trying to get my phone, so I go into the backyard, go into my sister's room, and as I'm in the hallway, I hear the closet just bang together. And we're home alone. It's just me and my sister. I'm the only one in the house right now.
Right.
The closet just bang together. Like they all bang together, and you hear all the clothes just fall to the floor. So when I heard that, like I just bounced up. Like I just jumped.
Right.
And then I opened the door and I'm out. And I'm out. And my sister's my sister's looking at me and she heard the noise and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Did you hear that?" She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That wasn't me." So we just freaked out and we stayed out until my mom came back. She came home. My older sister, which it was her room, she goes into her room and she gets all pissed. She's all like, "One of you motherfuckers were in my room and you dropped all my clothes out of my closet." Like her closet doors were on the floor. All her clothes and the ganchos on the floor. Everything up there on the floor.
But it was all one noise?
Like it was all one noise together. It wasn't like this foul and then this foul, not all together, which is what scared me. That's the only thing that ever happened to me. So when that happened, I told him, she didn't believe me. She didn't believe me. I was thinking it was her ex-wife, because back then she would sneak her in. And that's what I was thinking. Shit. I was like, oh, it's probably her. But now that I bring it up, she's like, nah, there was no one in there. Like, she actually thinks that I'm the one that fucking took everything from her closet, you know?
So it says, did you know we can only see Oscar's arm?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, they don't want that prize.
He's just like,
I know. I'm always left out, man.
Well, your ass is over there.
Yeah, you could scoop back all the way.
Back a little bit, and then you'll be in. Look, watch. Let me scoop.
Back.
Watch. I'll scoop the fucking this thing this way.
See, Dave's watching out for me.
Yeah.
We were watching out for you too. We told you to scoop back.
But yeah, that's the only paranormal experience that I've seen. Like, I didn't see nothing. I just heard shit, and I saw the clothes on the floor. But that's it. I mean, my mom said that when I was a kid, she used to see angels next to me and like sleeping on her bed. Mm-hmm. But that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah, I would see angels when I was a baby. That's what my mom told me. I would look at corners and I would look at the walls, or I would wave, you know, at something, and she'd be like,
I would have dreams where, as a kid, and I don't have them no more, where I feel like something lifts me up, but in my dream I'm thinking I'm on a rooftop, and then I'm just falling off backwards, and I'm falling backwards.
And then you
I wake up right when I hit the bed, and the whole bed shakes.
Yeah. And
I started looking deep into that, and they're saying that that's connected to spiritual, but abductions, alien abductions. That's what they were saying. That's what that it's linked to. So I don't know, but I mean, crazy.
You were abducted, and that's what
I was anally probed.
That's what it is.
They want to abduct you and fuck you up.
Maybe that's like they replaced that memory with this.
That's true. That's true.
They want to dissect all the peepees.
All the peepees. But yeah, I mean, that's what I got. That's what I got for you motherfuckers.
I don't know if I've told you this one about there was this girl that I had met. Me and Matthew had met her at the same time through a friend. Her name was Roxana. She was a little older than us. She was like a couple years older than us. And I remember we met her at like a family party or something. And she was like the nicest girl, like so like super pretty, like gorgeous chick, and she was just like
can't relate.
Like
can't relate.
Like there's just something that like you ever meet someone and you're just like, oh, this is like a good person, like good soul and everything. You know, I couldn't find anything wrong with her. You know, she was just good with everybody. You know, and so it was maybe 2 days later, so I had met her. I was already crushing on her and shit that one day, dude. And so I want to say it was like a couple days, or the next week, or within that week, we find out she was in a car crash.
Oh shit!
Her boyfriend was driving in past a red light, and they got T-boned. Boom! But she got hit directly. Like her side was crushed in, the door crushed into her rib cage and everything. So she got hit hard.
She died.
She was bleeding out. They took her to the hospital. She was losing blood constantly. They tried everything for her not to lose blood, but she kept losing blood. You know, and they could have given her what do you call them? What's the word? Not infusion or just to replace her blood flow all like constantly is on something like that.
Oh yeah.
So they were doing that, and she was like that in critical condition for like 2 days. And then I remember like all the pastors were going, and they were all telling like the family, like, don't worry, she's gonna pull through, she'll do this, she'll be fine. And the next day we were supposed to go visit her. It was like in the afternoon, and as I'm driving over there, I had this weird feeling of like I felt like I could feel her presence leaving. I felt like there was one less person on earth. You know what I mean? It was weird because at that moment I felt like I was in tune with everything around me, like just everything. And I felt like I could feel like her being like plucked out from like, you know what I mean? Like it was weird. Like I could feel something like a floating like weird vibe. And
it reminds me of Interstellar, of that scene.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like that, just like that.
It was like I could feel her presence leaving, right? And I was like, oh, like it was weird. Like it was in my chest and everything. And I'm just sitting there in the back while we're driving to the hospital, and I wanted to say something. I was like, okay, I feel this type of way, and I don't know, but like.
It's crazy how you always want to speak up on it.
But I didn't.
You didn't. I learned that. I learned to just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Because then if I did, and then like. I don't know what they would have said, you know, my family being so like hardcore.
Yeah, that's why it's good that you can.
And so I'm just like, okay. And we get there, and they told us that basically they had pronounced her brain dead, and they had unplugged her, basically, you know, like pulled her from life support and all that kind of stuff while we were on our way there. That exact time that
crazy.
I was feeling
it could have been that she was just saying her goodbye to you, you know?
Yeah, dude, it was weird.
I always have those feelings. Like, if I'm close to somebody, and something happens, like, I actually recently lost a friend to suicide, like, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I got the friend request too, don't worry.
And, he had, like, because we play this game on our phones, right, where we just hang out and stuff. And I was checking his profile, and I kept looking at it for some reason. I felt weird that night. And it said he was offline for, like, 3 days. So I was like, okay. I was like, I feel like something's up, but sometimes he does do that where he leaves for a couple of days, and that's fine. Yeah. I was like, but this time I just feel weird. Literally the next day, his father posted the Facebook post on his profile and said that he had committed suicide at a certain time, the same time where I was feeling weird.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, fuck. Because that's when one of our other friends messaged me on the game, and she was like, hey, have you talked to Brayden? She's like, did you talk to Brayden or whatever? And I was like, no. I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, check his Facebook. And then that's when I looked at it, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. I usually have experiences like that, too.
It's weird that we're in tune with certain aspects of the universe. Yeah. But, like, people don't really realize the power of that, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm a believer of everything happens for a reason. Yeah. You know? Always. I mean, even if it's just like, I don't know, some people are like, you're bullshit and this and that. Things can be a coincidence, and I don't believe in that. Like, there's 3 people in this room right now. I feel like we are meant to, like, be here for a reason, you know? Yeah. Yep.
That's how I felt when I started talking to Joel again, because I would never talk to him. I just had him on Snapchat. And then he had posted, right? You had posted something on Snapchat where you needed someone, like, or you seemed like you were needing to vent. Yeah. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I feel like I need to, this person needs me or something. Yeah. And then I did, and then look at us now.
I was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do need a vent. Like,
yeah. Yeah, because sometimes, like, because I've been there, because the thing is that with me, I feel like if I'm friends with somebody, I don't like to just be acquaintances. I need I told him this before. I need to have that connection.
Yeah, because there's no point.
There's no point. I hate it. I need to have connections with my friends.
This
I need to...
What? Hey, he was telling me about the aliens that came to visit you.
Who said that? David? But like to me or you?
She said, I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
You know, that's... I think that's the way me and Kayla met. That we were both Scorpios. If I remember correctly. I don't know if you remember, Kayla, if you're listening.
Okay. But yeah, I always have to have a connection, and like with him, when I saw his post, like, something pulled me to talk to him. And when it's crazy because, like, for me, that's like, I feel like I need to do that for each and every friend of mine that I have a connection with, because for me, when growing up, I never had anybody, never had real friends. They didn't care if I had been in the hospital. They're like, oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah. You know, like, they weren't fucking real. So when I was to myself, I never want any of my friends going through that. Like, feel like they're by themselves or dealing with their overthinking thoughts and stuff. And with him, he sounded like he was going through it. So I was like, I don't want you to yourself, you know? Because then that's the worst thing you can do. Is, like, you know. And when you just... even if it's someone's just listening to you, it's nice to do that, to let it out. So that's why I was like, you need a vent? Like, I'm here.
That's crazy, though. I brought you to here. I brought you to this place. That's crazy.
There was an experiment that people had done using code, and it was like I don't know if it was purely like, it was software and hardware, but I don't know what the hardware was specifically. I just know that it was kind of like a Matrix type of deal. It's just code, it's scanning code, right? And they had something to connect to air particles or some shit like that, right? Oh, shit. And so there's code, right? Random code. And what they would do is they went to different cities to read this code. And they went to cities where, like a city where there had just been some kind of major accident, major something had happened, like a natural disaster, or like a shooting or something, right? And the code all started to align with itself. Like the code just started making patterns. Right. Like if everybody's thought process, like the things that people were thinking and going through, was changing the air itself. Like the energy in the air was changing, and the camera, the computers were picking up on it. You know. So that's like, it's crazy to think about that, like that when people think a certain way, it changes things that we can't see in the air. Cold,
you know, it's weird. So I was watching this video the other day where this guy's recording and he's just driving, right? And he's in traffic, and you see this guy in his car, and he has like where the hood comes off and everything. So he's chilling there, and you see in his rear view mirror his reflection, but he's moving, but the reflection isn't.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the guy's like, look, check this out. And he's like, look, he's moving, but his reflection isn't moving. He's like, I don't know what the fuck is up with that. And I was like tripping out about it. I was like, oh, hell no.
That's what happens, bitch. That's what happens.
He got dieted. Breathe.
Can't breathe.
Yeah, like, I've been having, I don't know, I've been feeling, I told this guy, I've been having a feeling where, like, something inside of me just wants to rip my skin off. Like,
really?
Like, I mean, I guess the easy way to say it is like my soul just wants to come out.
Come out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's bothering me because like as I speak, I feel it right now. Like it just irritates me. It's a feeling of frustration. It's a feeling of like when someone's suffocating you.
Have you tried meditating?
Yeah, meditating. I mean, what works for me is smoking weed and meditating. Because when I smoke weed, I meditate. I smoke weed, I jam out. You know, that's how I get creative. Yeah. And when I stop smoking, I feel like I'm fucking suffocating. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I'm addicted or some shit. I don't know.
Well, not addicted.
But right, because you can't be addicted to weed.
No, you can't. Right? Yeah. It's a plant. It's not a drug. It doesn't have chemicals that affect your brain or your blood flow. I'm kind of the same way. I got used to not smoking weed all the time recently, but I was like that all through school, especially. Yeah. I had to drink or I had to smoke weed. If I wasn't drinking, I was smoking weed.
I knew it. She was looking at that shit. How's that taste?
Delicious. But I don't, because I've had that same problem where you just like something inside you doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Yeah, like I don't know what it is. It's hard to describe. I don't know. It's crazy. And I don't really.
Have you ever went to counseling at all?
I used to go to therapy when I was a kid.
David says it's because you're guilty about something and your body's reacting to it.
But I mean, guilty of what?
But you would have to know what you're guilty of.
Yeah, like I can't think of anything that I'm guilty of. I mean, everything, cause like all the bad shit that I've done, they already know what I've done, you know?
Yeah, like, because if you've already gotten all your bad stuff out, because this is the thing, we're human beings, all of us make mistakes every fucking day.
I mean, I guess what it could be is that I'm always thinking of the day that I quit my job. And I'm always, because that's where everything changed for me. I was so depressed. I quit my job and I had to stay inside for a year, basically a whole year, because I was so sad. I was depressed. I wanted to kill myself and do all this shit. So I just let life pass me by for a whole year and shit. And I feel like I shouldn't have done that. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Like you said,
right?
Everything happens for a reason.
That's
but
what I think about, yeah.
But the thing is that you quit your job and everything, right? I think that's your inner self just being mad at yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like something bad happens to you or is about to happen?
No, I think
I feel like something's good gonna happen. Actually.
Yeah, I think because the thing is that we've made mistakes and like you're depressed. And the thing is, my ex-husband, I lost 2 kids. I had miscarriages because of that fucker. He fucked my body up to a point where I'm infertile. And I mean, there's days where I get fucking mad. Don't get me wrong. And even the ex I'm dealing with now, he's really fucked me up to this day. Yeah. And I'm, it's hard. And sometimes you get mad at yourself because I do sometimes to this day, like sometimes today and nowadays, I think with my ex, I was like, damn, if I didn't let him in, if I didn't go fucking back, if I didn't, but the thing is, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. I mean, you got lessons out of that.
Sometimes we have to, this is a quote I always tell all my friends. We have to go through winter in order to have the spring.
That's true.
So you'll find your spring. You're just going through winter right now. But I think you need to let yourself, your inner self, accept.
It's an immortal.
Accept it.
That's true. I feel just it's because like I feel like the inner me, like my soul or whatever, is just mad that I let all those opportunities just pass me by.
Start telling yourself every day. Stop letting your inner self be mad at yourself, because that's what's keeping you back. Because think of yourself on a path, right? Your inner self is grabbing you back because you're so mad, and you're letting that anger take a hold of you.
Yeah, it's taking over.
But you need to be like, no.
And that's the hard part though, because it's like I'm in jail, but I'm not really in jail. It's like my mind is.
Well, you're in your inner self jail.
Exactly, and I can't escape that. That's what bothers me.
Well, you can. It just takes baby steps. It's gonna take a long time. Trust me, it does take a long time, but it'll be worth it in the end. You just have to do it step by step. Good things will happen to you. Just be open-minded. Let that happen to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've been open-minded and everything they tell me. I think about it, I process it and shit. But it's just hard as hell. I mean, even like we talk about it, it feels good.
Yeah.
But I go back home, and then it's a different thing. I'm home alone.
Be like Joel. Nighttime. You can hit me up on Snapchat. He literally, whenever he's going through something now, he's just like, hey, or I'll ask him like, hey, how are you doing? Because I know he's going through hard times here and there. And like I've told Joel, I don't know if I've told you, but like as like if you need a hug, I'm here. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm
against
here.
my religion.
Shut the fuck up. It's against my heritage. No, but it's like if you need just that one person to talk to, because sometimes people just need that one person.
Yeah, they need that one person.
And you know, if it's me or if it's him, if it's one of your other friends, like that's the thing I learned too. You need to open up more. Because that's the thing, I bottle everything in. I don't like letting my friends know.
Right? Yeah, you bottle it in. And then,
but the thing is, that's the worst thing to do.
It is the worst thing to do. Because you let out your anger on someone who has done nothing to you. And it's built up so much to the point where he might say something, or you're at your house and they tell you something, and then you go and he picks you up, and now you're in his car, and you blow up on them. He did nothing to you.
Exactly.
You know?
Or it's like you're self-damaging yourself by keeping it. And you're lowering your self-esteem by doing that. You're putting that anger. It's supposed to be balanced.
That's true.
And you're putting this more
it's crazy. Like as soon as you said that, it felt like I could hear the inside of myself just screaming.
This is why Joel comes to me.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
But that's you just it's a learning process. It takes learning. It takes going through shit in order for us to learn from those things. I mean, we're human beings. We make mistakes. We learn from difficult decisions, but we're gonna continue making mistakes. We're a fucking human being, and it's okay. But the people who actually love, and I've told him the same thing, people who actually love and support you and care about you will always be there to support you.
Yeah, that's true.
When you fall, let them help you pick up the pieces. But you have to also help yourself. Don't put that anger in front of your happiness.
It's a matter of, to me, it's a matter of like being in tuned and being self-aware, but also being aware of what the world is and what life is. You know? Like we can't put a definition onto what life is or what we're here for, but once you're self-aware, you realize, okay, this is me, this is who I am, these are my flaws, this is like the shit I've been through. I have these things, even like the shit that you don't want to admit that you have.
Don't let anyone ever take that from you either. That mindset, don't let anyone destroy that.
And if you're open-minded about, like, if you can tell someone, hey, you know, like, I got this shit that's wrong with me, I got this shit that I'm trying to, you know, like, if you can say it out loud, then you already know that you've owned up to it, and like that way you can start working through it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But like that's another thing that people, it takes a long time, I feel, for people to realize that when you look at another person, you have to see them as like that I say, it's not just another human being, but you put yourself in those shoes, like being aware of their situation, and that way it makes everything around easier. Like people don't like, a lot of people that aren't self-aware or aware of like the fact that everybody around you has the same fucking emotions, you know what I mean? Those people are the ones that have the most walls, because they, like, for example, Miguel, you know, like how he thought he was this genius who he was the only one who goes through shit. He's the one who has these stories.
That's where he fucked up. That's where
he wasn't open to the possibility of us understanding certain aspects of life itself. You know?
He thought he had it all figured out.
Yeah, he thought it had all figured out, and so. And
I mean, secretly, I could feel that there was he was hating.
Yeah.
Secretly, I just felt it, like being around him, his energy. I could just feel that he was hating something. We'd be recording a rap song or some shit, and he'd be looking at us a little weird way. You know, I don't know what it is.
He put himself at a higher standard than you guys.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Then sometimes people like that need to lose friends and lose some people in order to be with themselves and accept the fact that it's them and start building from that.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with my ex that I have, the one who's fucking harassing me. But he had to lose me because he was a narcissist. Narcissistically abused me all the time.
Yeah.
Called me a bitch, called me a whore, called me a slut to my face, called me a cunt, made jokes, told me to my face, oh, I could be in love with you today, but be in love with my best friend tomorrow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Those are the type of things he told me. Fucked up shit that you never tell your soulmate. If they're actually your soulmate, you actually love somebody, you're not going to say shit like that. So, I was blinded, because he was, you know, I'm very empathetic, and my therapist is like, you became a super empath, because this narcissist came in, destroyed me at some point.
And you still feel bad for him?
Yeah, sometimes. But, like, when I left, everything hit. Because once that narcissist loses, because you become the blame bucket. And this is what I was telling this one with that chick.
Yeah.
You become that blame bucket. When they lose that blame bucket, and you leave, and you see their true colors, and you finally have that realization, and you leave, that person gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And then they have to have no one else to blame but themselves.
Yeah.
This is what I told him about that other bitch. She already has someone to go home to. What about you?
Yeah, there you go.
You have nobody. You don't have her. She's not there for you. And like when he was talking to me, I was like, all I hear is her. What about you? Where do you come into this? Why isn't she caring about your feelings?
Yeah.
It seems like you're talking to her more like with a mature mindset, and she's a fucking 16-year-old.
We're going to call you. We're going to call you right now. Yeah.
You don't need that. You don't want to, like, I've done that mistake before with my ex. You don't want to date somebody who has a childlike mindset, because they're not going to ever match you. Yeah. They're not. You might feel the connection. It's going to hurt for a while. Yes, but you're going to have to fucking get out of it.
So I was talking to this guy earlier, is that, in my opinion, there's no such thing as love. I mean, there might be a love with your mother, you know, your father or whatever, but there's no such thing as a love with another person, like a stranger. I mean, you might feel attachment, some sort of attachment, but there's...
Oh, yeah, with strangers, you have to get to know that person. Because that's the thing, like, once you start having connections with people, and you start realizing stuff, like, take it this way. When you start meeting somebody, and you have this, like, certain vibe, and you're like, okay, and then you start realizing bad shit that they're doing. You start realizing a pattern. Same way you would notice bad people, you need to notice the good people too. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like you have to build up relationships.
Alright, David, we'll see you.
He's taking off?
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna play World War II.
Oh, we're not good enough for you? What the fuck?
Just kidding. To hit him up later.
For sure, yeah, when I get home, I'll hit you up.
But yeah, you need to build those relationships up in order to know what kind of friends that you should have around you, what kind of people you're more into.
I mean, like, either way, I don't like having lots of people around me.
Yeah.
The only person I chill with is this bitch over here. And that's about it. Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, that's why I say, like, be more open-minded. Like, I know, like, he's your good friend and, you know, you like going to him a lot. But sometimes you need to expand your options. And maybe
that's true, but I mean, that's when the trust comes down to play. You know, that's when the trust comes in.
Well, that's why you don't trust easily. That's why you set up that walls and slowly, because you built walls up, right, to everybody that you meet. Not this one, because you're already close with him, right? Yeah. With me, you have.
Like, you know what? It was easy with him, and you know why? Because
I don't have walls.
Because like with men, it's easier. Because when something happens, we're good now, you know. Yeah. But with men, it's easier to know not when to cross, not to cross the lines, you know.
Well,
like, yeah, way easier with men, but with chicks, I don't know. It's just
it fluctuates. Thing. Like there's like standards or lines or like shit fluctuates.
Well, even with other men, because I mean, this guy, he's different. I don't know.
Yeah.
We chill.
Well, people. That's the thing. Like, I know chicks can be fucking crazy. Okay. I mean, what did I say last night on your stream where I was like, this bitch barely fucking met you and saying all this shit. Fuck out of here, you know? Because some bitches. Don't get me wrong. Some chicks are fucking retarded. I don't understand their mindset sometimes, and I guess it's because, like, for me it's different, and I get that a lot where people are like, you're different than a lot of people. It's kind of weird, like it's tripping me out, but I'm like, it's because I've been through so many situations and relationships with people, friendships. And I've been through like a lot of stuff that people have been through. It's probably something I've been through because I've been through so much shit. It's like my mom tells me I should write a book about my fucking life because it's that ridiculous.
That's crazy. I always say that.
But that's the thing. I mean, we go through things, and that changes your mindset and how you talk to people, how you connect with people. And of course, you have to keep those walls up. Just know who to trust. But let those people bring those walls down. So they're gaining that trust, and you're able to talk to them. That's why you start off slow, take baby steps. Sometimes people are easier, this one is easy for you. But sometimes, that's why I say you have to expand that mindset, because you keep putting like where you just have that one person, or like what we were saying, when people sometimes see it as my happiness is this one person. It shouldn't be that way. You should have your happiness within yourself, because you're never going to be happy.
That's true.
But I feel like it's not even about walls when it comes to the way we see shit, is because like I feel like we're more open-minded to like, I just feel like humanity's shitty. Like in general, humanity's shit. Most of humanity is shit. Being human is shit. You know what I mean? Like, because of the toxic qualities that we have, we're greedy. As an individual, we're greedy as a species. We fuck other countries over, and we fuck other people over. We even fuck ourselves over. Shit like that. So that's why I feel like I don't spend time with trusting or like telling people bullshit or like trying to get to know people, because it's like 9 times out of 10 there's no
But
point.
I'm saying if people come to you, let's say like how I came to you today.
Okay, that's true. That's a good point. Like if she comes to me and tries to get to know me, then okay.
If you see somebody that's willing to be your friend.
And I respect that. That takes a lot of balls.
Yeah,
I respect for someone to come in and be like, how you're doing it right now. That's respectable. Okay.
And I do that with a lot of people. Like, if I see I can have a friendship with somebody, I'm going to do it. Because, like, why not? And, if we don't stay friends forever, at least we learn stuff from each other, and we learn from that experience. Even if we get disconnected, it's fine. We'll carry that advice. We'll carry that.
Everywhere you go. Yeah, that's true. Oh, shit. Got the guru over here.
Influencers.
I know. Oh, wait, influencers. We're the influencers.
Influencers. Well, what's your take on influencers?
Influencers. I don't know. What's your take?
I feel like nowadays, a lot of social media is putting a lot of influencers that are toxic. And that's what's making our lower generations toxic even more. Because they're putting more of those toxic type of people to be above and beyond, when there's other people who are actually creative.
When you were a little kid, who was your favorite singer? Like, when you listen to them, like, who would you listen to? Who would you want to be like? Who would you want to dance like as a kid, Like, I got my little sister, she's addicted to Doja Cat. She wants
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. Fine ass.
I don't know.
Looks like you were a rock star, kind of.
Well, I'm into everything. Everything. Because the thing is that different types of music make me feel different types of ways.
That's true.
And I love connecting with different music in that way. Like, if my friends are like, why the fuck you listen to classical? It's like, dude, Beethoven's my shit. Like, I would listen to this motherfucker high. Like, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, shit. Like, like, I don't know. It's just, there's people who back then they loved like Kelly Clarkson because she was, strong, and she came from, where she came from, like Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, because she started from nothing, and then she came to here, and it's like, fine, so. She's got a nice ass. I think that's another reason why I connect with guys sometimes, is because like I check it, like I don't fucking, I'm not like other chicks where I'm like, don't check her out, like the fuck. Like, like I'm just like, oh yeah, she has a nice ass.
Like, you'll catch me in the side talking about like just sex a lot and shit, and some chicks,
a lot of girls get offended and shit.
They leave and they're like, ugh.
And
it's like,
because they're like fucking pigs, all they think about is sex. But it's like, bitch, you think about sex too. You can't fucking sit there and tell me you've watched a porn or you haven't had a sex dream and you're like, damn, I wish that happened.
The only thing is it makes them uncomfortable because they're not used to being able to talk openly about it.
That's true.
You know,
guys are more open about it, than girls are.
Yeah.
And that's why I would tell bitches in high school, I was like, you can't fucking tell me and you haven't fingered your fucking clit, alright? Don't fucking sit there and tell me you haven't fucking experimented shit.
Yeah.
I was like, don't fucking sit there and tell me you haven't had a sex dream in some sort of way about an anonymous figure or somebody else, and thought, damn, I wish this happened to me.
I mean, but let's talk about sex dreams. Cause that's
sex dreams.
That's dreams. Wait, I've never had the best sex I've ever had is in my dream. Best sex. Like I woke up and I was oh my, like real shit. I woke up and I was on the fucking verge of busting and shit from a sex dream. From a sex dream, and I didn't even know this chick. I still remember the dream a little bit. I was waiting at a bus stop in the middle of a desert. I remember seeing one of those big ass bushes just flying by.
Right.
Yeah. And this brown chick, fucking fine as hell, was just next to me, and she's speaking in Spanish. We started getting to know each other. From there, we're on the bus, and then all of a sudden we moved into a room, just like that.
Oh, and, yeah, where it switches.
Yeah, just like that, yeah. And we started doing our thing, but yeah, I just felt like, I don't know, hard to explain. Just the best feeling ever, you know?
Is it because of the connection that you had with her before?
But I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, but was it the connection? Because you guys were talking first.
Yo. Okay, yeah, that's true. I think it might be. That's true. I never thought about that.
Maybe you never really had that strong connection with somebody where some chick came up to you. Yeah? That's why.
Yeah.
That's a fact, though. The more you have a connection with somebody, when you have sex with them, it's the best.
It's true. Where'd you hear that, though? Who told you that?
Learned that on the way.
Yeah, on the way? That's some good shit. Unexpected from you. That's some good shit. Right. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
He's like, oh shit. He's like, fucking reality slapped him in the back. Like, it was like, oh shit.
Shit. That was a good one, yeah.
Joel?
What are we talking about?
Sex dream.
Oh shit.
Your best sex dream.
Yeah.
How'd it go? And what made it so best? If you don't know, I'll figure it out.
Pretty sure she will.
Dropping bag bombs on y'all. You guys are like tripping out. You're like, oh fuck.
Oh man.
I think also because you guys are seeing it from his perspective from a girl that's actually understanding.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't think of the details. I just remember, like, generally, it was... Man, who was it? It was, like... someone I had just met. That just came in, like, it just... All I remember was someone I just met. Came to me. And it was purely... It felt like, it was purely sensual and, like, intimate.
Caring. Right? Caring?
Caring, like, it was, like, intimate. It was, like... Every touch of her body was like ecstasy, like me and her. It was weird. It was like that. It was just like every like little detail. Like it was more like exploring the body, you know, more than just like, oh, I want to fuck. You know, like it was weird. It was weird. That's all I really remember. I don't remember like the face or anything.
Like what are these experiences?
You took
these
your time.
Experiences were actually real. Like, you know, like you actually had sex in this realm when you go to sleep. You know, and the people you see there are actual people in a different dimension.
Right. That's I've always thought that like dreams are like just like.
Interpretation.
A transportation, maybe like you're there. You know, and when you're over there and you sleep, you come back here.
I think probably because you were more focused on each other, instead of focusing on fucking or whatever. You were looking at her. You were looking at every detail of her body, and maybe you saw like her as this beautiful woman inside and out.
But it was like. Well, yeah, it was like
because you're saying that you were touching her and it was like ecstasy, and some people just like do this, and that's like
it's enough.
Goosebumps, you know, like, and people who actually like have really like better sex experiences for me is when people actually foreplay, take the time, and they're like touching you. Or like you bring food into it, you know, or some shit,
and he's reading my mind.
You bring food into it because who doesn't fucking love food? And on top of it, you guys are focused not anything around you, where it's just each other.
You two. There you go.
You guys are understanding each other. You guys like each other a lot.
But it felt like just it was like white light around. I don't know how to describe it. Like
because you guys are only focused on each other.
No, it was like we were. what's the word? Not morphing, but like what do you call
transforming?
Antidote?
Like fusing.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was fusing, like
okay,
you know what I mean. And we were just like shocked by what was happening. We kind of just let
kind of like
fuse.
a psychedelic experience.
Yes, like that. That's kind of how I felt. Like it was like a fusion.
I think there's like, because you told me you like sex, right?
I fucking love it.
Yeah, who doesn't love sex? I think everybody should love sex, except for asexuals. But but a lot of people love sex. But I think because for you, you've most of your life had just fucking, you know, and you were in this one spot where you guys are actually like taking your time, not worried about anything else, and just actually, you know, focus on each other.
I've been okay. I can't say her name just in case. I forgot that I have her on.
Yeah.
Shit.
How many people are watching right now?
There was 7, now there's 6. No, there was 8 right now. Now there's 6.
Okay.
You
So-
got the stretch right in.
Stretch, Oscar. Stretch for the camera.
And then you keep getting out of the camera.
And then we go over here.
It's gonna wait. We're talking and she brings me into the convo. Like I don't know what she does it. I don't know what she says when all of a sudden I'm over here.
It's like you don't even notice that she's like grabbing your beard.
She's like bringing me in.
I'm like,
for real.
But so there was this girl that this was before I would consider myself experienced at all, like, you know, with sex, you know.
yeah.
And this chick, we had the most wild, uncontrolled, it was just wild sex.
Yeah.
It was like at the moment all the time. It was there was never like we wouldn't stop to think about nothing. We just kind of let shit happen, you know.
Yeah,
no matter where we were, we fucking had sex at a park at night. We had sex in my truck a shit ton of times. In a fucking like a river walkway, like just public sex out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was wild as fuck, man, wild. And I remember one time that we had gone into some fight and we had just fixed things, and we're like, oh well, let's just hang out, this and this. We go to this park in the middle of the night. It was like 1 a.m. or something,
Right.
and we bring these blankets, and we're like underneath the blankets in the middle of the little jungle gym thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's all covered, like, so you can't really see. And I remember it was like we took it really slow, really detailed shit like that, and I didn't really think of it. Like, I'll be honest, like, I didn't really think of too much into it. But the next day she was like, oh, like, we didn't fuck, like, we make love, and I'm like, I beg to differ, you know what I mean? It's like, it was just because I knew she didn't love me, but she wanted to say that we made love, but I don't, like, what she felt for me wasn't love, you know what I mean?
I think now that you said that,
Your brother almost started a fire in there.
What the fuck, really?
Burned his one.
Oh my
He put
god.
water in it.
Oh my god.
I put it over there and this one like burned. I'm like, yo, we're gonna fucking die.
Guy.
For real. And he's there washing the dishes and he's singing a little song. Like, when I go up to him, I'm like,
creepy.
yeah, I'm like, what's that?
we're just talking about paranormal experience. You're like, you okay, wait? Yeah, honestly, kids singing like little lullabies and stuff like at night, that's more creepy. But I think for you, that sex dream, because you had this really wild, great sex with this chick, but she didn't love you, and you knew that. I think that dream was something where it's not her, same type of sex and shit, because you love it, you liked it. It was, that was your best sex dream. You want that again, but with a different person, which is why you didn't know who she was.
That would explain it.
There you go.
True. Man.
Blew your mind, huh?
Tie your ass up.
Tie your ass up. So, thoughts on social media?
Social media.
Your thoughts?
I mean, where would life be without it?
I think I'd be fucking fine without it.
I think we'd be better without it, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I wish we could see just like how.
Well, look at the past. Look at the past of how people in the 50s, when guys would take out girls, they had to meet the guy, the father first.
That's true.
They would also. This is what a lot of people forget. Women, if there's women in the chat, if you're walking with somebody on the sidewalk, the guy must be on the road.
Yeah.
where the road is.
That's if I like you, because if I don't, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. But that's the thing. If a guy, like, let's say you're on a date, right? Mm-hmm. For girls on the date, a big sign will show you. If a guy's a gentleman, he really... no, that's yours. Yeah. If a guy really likes you and all that stuff, and he's a gentleman to you, how you'll know? You're on this side of the sidewalk. He's on where the road is, protecting you. Yeah. And also, guys will slow their pace to match the girls. To match.
Yo, she knows these fucking secrets. Wait, for real. Who told you these fucking secrets?
I learned along the way.
You ain't leaving. For real, I'm tell you what's up.
You ain't leaving. But yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing with social media. It really made it toxic for people and the way they think, the way they present themselves, the people they hang with, because you meet a lot of toxic people even through social media. That's true. And also, if you look at back then, not a lot of people had, like, depression wasn't common.
It wasn't common, but like, how would we know that? Because there's no internet.
At that. Well, there's no internet, you know? But the thing is that
like, think of all the people who were crying for help, but we just didn't know.
Well, that's the thing.
Think of the suicide rate.
Yeah, the suicide rate. We should search that shit up.
It's increasing.
It's increasing now. Yeah.
Because from where we started, like, let's say we go from the 40s, there are way more deaths now because of suicide from when back then. Yeah. Why? You go on social media, you see all these hate comments. Go to an influencers. Go into an interview of social media. See how many hate comments? Then there are love comments.
That's true. My older sister, recently, she just deactivated her Facebook and she got off of it because she read something that made her want to... She told me we were chilling. It was a trick way. She said that she wanted to kill herself after she read this way. It was just some
people can say some ugly fucking shit.
Ugly shit. Yeah, and she, I don't know, I guess she got
sad.
And
even for influencers, people send death threats.
Death threats? Yeah, that's true.
To about their family, kids, themselves, you know, all this shit. You'd be surprised on, like, what kind of fucking ugly messages some influencers get. Yeah. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And I don't understand why. People are just fucking cruel sometimes. People who are like that, though, I don't see them as people. I see them as fucking evil. Like, fucking fucked up people. Like, I don't see them as human beings. I'm like, you lost your soul somewhere. I think you lost yourself, you lost your soul. The fact that you have to go out of your way to tear someone down so much to feel better about yourself, that's sick. You know? I don't, like... that's something you need to work on yourself. You need to go see somebody and talk to somebody. Let that anger out somewhere. Find a hobby that'll let your anger out. Fucking get it out there. Instead of going to somebody almost committing suicide. And that's what I'm saying, like, with social media now, it's flooding our, suicide rates. Yeah.
I feel like it's just because of the influence it has on people nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, think about it this way. It's fads are like trends, right? Fads are something that's going to be there for a while, and then it's going to be something else in the next while. Right?
Yeah.
And so, social media exposes that for everybody. Yep. So if you're somebody who just, you're not the type of person to jump on the bandwagon and start dressing different, talking different, doing things differently, stuff like that, just to be in the clique and in the wave of things, then you're gonna be looked at as an outcast or as a weird person, shit like that, or you just won't be in the flow of it, and that can make you feel really, really.
But like another question is, I like being an outcast. Like I've always been an outcast, and as a kid I didn't like it, but growing up I love being an outcast.
You know what word I like to use instead of outcast though? Introvert.
Misfit. Wait, what?
Introvert.
Introvert. No, that's a good word. Yeah, that's true.
Introverts.
I wouldn't call it an introvert though, because like I feel like I've always been really different than most people, but I used to, I guess, be very introverted. I would keep shit to myself, but now it's like I'm very open with everybody. Like, it doesn't matter. I could meet a stranger, like.
Well, that's the thing with introverts. It's also not only because you keep things to yourself. Introverts are people who can be more creative, more artistic, and they need more time to themselves than to party.
That's me right there.
Yeah, and that's how I am. Like
I can go days or weeks without seeing this guy. Because I'm trying to be creative. I'm in my own mindset, trying to figure my shit out. And then one night I'm like, okay, I feel good. My spirit feels good. I'm going to hit this full up and chill and shit. Yeah.
And that's the way that, like, and introverts need that. They need that battery to recharge.
Yeah, I need that battery. And you know what? Most chicks don't understand that shit, and they don't like that shit about me. I won't text them. They'll call me. I won't answer. And they get all pissed. What are you seeing? What are you doing? It's like...
I'm focusing on myself.
Yeah, I'm focusing on myself. Yeah. I either get, you're a bitch nigga, or you're mentally unstable, or it's just shit like that. But it's like what else?
It's just because you're different and you need your battery to recharge.
She said talk about reincarnation.
Oh, reincarnation. That's a good one.
I believe my dog is reincarnated.
Really?
Yeah, because she is exactly like a Chihuahua I had, and a little bit of mixture of my German Shepherd that I used to have. Because that German Shepherd was with me when I was 5 till I was in my junior year of high school. And the thing is, he didn't let go until I said he was.
The thing about reincarnation is that, I mean, we could have fucking been siblings in the past life.
Or we could have been a group of friends in the past life.
Yeah, or we all could have been married together and we didn't know.
3-way marriage.
Yeah, and we don't just fucking know. That's the crazy part about it. But like reincarnation for me, I believe you do get reincarnated, but not in the same planet. Like you go to a different planet, a different universe, a different dimension.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because I mean, how are you gonna reincarnate and just come back to that same place? Like hell no, it's just not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to fucking live that. I mean, I'm pretty sure your soul would be able to feel that. Even if you don't remember, your soul would probably feel tired, being in the same spot.
Because sometimes people get really connected with their spiritual side, and they get reconnected with past life.
Yeah.
And they're like, I think I was, like, maybe a maid in the past life, or I was this in the past life, or maybe an animal or something. Yeah. Like, my mom, like, sometimes I'll do things like a fucking cat, and she's like, I think you were a fucking cat in your past life. And I'm like, maybe I was. Shit, we never... And we always say that to each other.
The things that you're good at, the things that you can do without, like, having to work hard is what you used to be. Or,
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, sometimes it could be that, if you're really good at something that, like, not a lot of people are good at, you could have been, like, let's say you're good at art, drawing. Like, you're good at tattoos. You could have been Picasso.
Da Vinci. For real.
Fucking Michelangelo over here.
Yeah, for real.
Joel, your thoughts on reincarnation?
That's another one I want to talk about. Why do they call you Joel? Isn't it Joel?
Joel or Joel?
Because I've heard a lot of people say Joel. I mean, I don't mind, but it's just
like, why did they skip the E?
Joel. What do you prefer, Joel or Joel?
I don't know. My family's always called me
Joel. Joel?
No, they call me. Well, my cousin's side, like my tias and all them, they call me Joel.
I mean, I never go by my full first name, so.
What's your full first name?
Christina.
But
I don't. I feel weird. Christine. I don't like. I hate Christine. Or I hate when people call me Christy. I'm like, it sounds like a fat lesbian name. I don't fucking like it. Do I look like that to you? And it was funny because I said that and we had like a fat lesbian librarian. Yeah, like Christy. And then we figured out her name was Christy. I was like, you see? But yeah, like.
What?
What chile? You want to put back the chile?
You want to give it to him?
Yeah. Putting back the chile.
There's this video. Before we leave the reincarnation topic, there's a video about it's kind of explaining the universe and why some of us feel more connected to others, or more like we've been somewhere where we haven't really been yet,
Yeah.
And it's like, it's this entity, this dude who dies, and he goes up and he sees this giant entity. It's like a gaseous orb, but it turns into like a humanoid form. And it looks like the galaxy, right? And it's talking to him and it says, you're still young, but you're still gonna go back into the earth to experience this, but you're close to being everyone, or something like that. It's basically saying like you have to live through every single person's life.
Yeah, I heard of that.
And then you become the universe, basically. Something like that.
Yo, that's a good fucking thought process.
Yeah. I was saying like we should
like,
watch.
What if you're just getting ready to take on the universe? Like, what if we're all just one? Like, I'm you, you're me, I'm her, and she's me, and we're just living it. We're living at the same time.
I'm Joel, guys. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god,
for real.
Imagine,
that's a crazy thought, though. That's a crazy thought, man. It's crazy as hell.
Like, what if, like, out of nowhere, we realized that we had lived in each other's lives, and we just tell each other something that only we know. Like some trippy ass.
And maybe that's why we're reconnecting right now.
I know, huh? That's fucking crazy.
That'd be fucking.
Yo, that's crazy as hell, huh?
Oh shit, we're all the same person.
Right?
That means we're all gay, guys.
Oh shit.
I'm not gay.
He's like, I'm not gay. By the way, everyone take a shot every time Oscar fixes his hat.
Oh yeah. Every time he looks at his own,
that's you motherfuckers too. Eat your pizza too.
I need to.
What?
Eat your pizza.
What the hell? That?
Yeah.
That's not mine.
Chew that shit up.
Ew, nasty. Look at your pizza.
Phoenix. You're gonna miss out, boy. He says he's gonna. Hey, you can go to sleep.
He's gonna go to sleep?
There's no guarantee that.
Oh, he's up at 4 in the morning.
You're gonna know shit.
But
see what I mean? Wait, I came all the way up here.
I kind of want to like watch the video so you guys can see what I mean. You know, if I can find it. I think I favorited it. I don't remember.
But yeah, I think I don't know, because we don't like actually know. There's no proof, you know, of it like not being true.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like especially nowadays, people are catching so many things. Like, we still need to do Randonautica, bitch.
Oh yeah.
Randonautica.
It's this app.
Creepy though.
Oh, where it takes you to it gives you coordinates and you gotta go to them, huh? Yeah, I've done it. But I didn't see anything. Like we did 3 of them. We went to them and there was nothing.
We should.
Like I took my gun and everything. Cause I've been hearing stories that they found a dead body or some shit.
Yeah.
And we went to them and nothing. It was just fucking dirt. And there was nothing.
Maybe you didn't do it with the right people.
I think she wants to kill me, man.
Just murder all you guys.
I know.
No, I didn't go to fucking prison for murder because I would have still been there.
I know.
I just went because of fights.
Because of fights?
Yeah. Because people fucking started it. I don't fucking do shit. Well, I used to be a bitch, but... Stop fucking yawning. You're not supposed to be tired, Oscar.
Oh, man.
No.
I really want to find
You're not allowed. You're not allowed.
I need to find that fucking video. It was so. I think I didn't send it to you.
What is
it?
Oh, you're gonna get the wine now. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the party's about to really start. You should have seen me that night. I told you I was fucking drunk because of the wine. I finished that other white wine, the dancing juice. Same one, but it's the white wine. Finished all that shit in one night. And then I was drinking another one, but I only finished like half of it. But I was fucked.
So you prefer wine?
Yeah, I'm more of a wine person, but I pretty much drink everything. Like, when I went to the bar one time...
Boy who remembered his past life will freak you out. A Syrian boy was born with a long red birthmark across his head. At 3 years old, when he was old enough to talk, he told his parents he remembered having a different life. He told his parents that he had been killed by an axe to the head. The spot the young boy pointed at was his birthmark. If that's not it, he told his parents the village that they lived at was the exact same one he used to live in. He said he even remembered his name, so the parents decided to ask an elder that lived there for quite some time. The old man that they asked said that person has been missing for years. But this is when it gets even more crazy. The boy told his parents that he remembered the name of the person that murdered him. The man the little boy said was still living in the village. So of course, like anybody would, they went and confronted the killer. When the family confronted the killer, his face went white, but he told them that he had no clue what they were talking about. After that, the young boy then took his parents to where he was buried at. They started digging at the spot the boy told them to, and then they found a skeleton with a wound to the head. Come back for part 2 to hear what happens next.
Yeah, I wonder if that's true.
This true story of a young...
So looking at my body when they get shot.
Yeah, that's why I look at birthmarks differently.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Oh fuck. A lot of people say that. Like they're like, oh yeah, like I remember like this birthmark. Like I have a weird like memory to it, and it's like, oh shit.
Like my mom, when she went to with one of my cousins, like she's a news broadcaster over there in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they went to this little like psychic. I don't know what the fuck it was. Someone who helps you remember your past life.
A medium?
A medium. There you go. And they were talking, and when they started talking about it, my mom got supposed to be like a vision or some shit. I've heard that she used to be a belly dancer back in those Egyptian days, and she was belly dancing for a king, and the king didn't like it, so she was all like bent down. She bent down and cut off her head. Some shit like that she was saying. Fucking trip.
But it wasn't done yet.
Accidentally killed him.
It was the second part.
murderer felt very guilty and was relieved he got it off his chest. So maybe that birthmark on you might mean something after all. Wait, if you guys want unlimited Unreal stories, just click the link.
Okay.
My bio.
But anyways, it was his neighbor that he killed his neighbor, and he felt so guilty about it because he hadn't talked to anybody about it until then.
Oh,
and so.
Well, fuck. Oh my god, that smells so crazy.
I want to smell it.
You want to smell that?
Ooh, that does smell good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a throwback! Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
We had this thing called wine nights at Sally's. Every fucking, I want to say every
Oscar,
Friday.
you want to smell it?
Every Friday, fucking have wine, get drunk as shit, and watch movies.
It smells like shit.
Oh my god. Hater ass.
You know what you reminded me of? I had this friend named Steele. Actually, he's still with the girl he was with fucking junior high.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he got her promise ring senior year and everything. And they're
What a simp.
and he remember he came and it was raining that day, but they would always fuck at lunch, you know. And I had her the next period. It's funny because I had him that period, then I had her the next period, and it's funny because when her hair was messed up, I was like, "Hey, how was it, huh?" And then she was just like, but he came in one time and his shirt was all wet, and he was just like, "I just want to make sure I don't smell like sex." And then I was just like, he's like, what do I smell like? I was like, you smell like fucking watermelon, bro. And he's like, oh, it's because I put watermelon deodorant. And then he was like, what? And he smelled the shirt and he's like, it smells like pussy. And I was
Oh my god.
and I just started cracking up. I was like, fucking dumb. It smells like pussy.
Oh man.
Okay, well, exes.
Oh god. Oof. Why are you looking at me like? I need ice before we get this started.
Okay,
I need some
get
wine.
ice. Oscar, exes.
How is it? Is it warm?
A little bit.
Exes.
Do you want to put it in the freezer for like 10 minutes?
What about my ex?
Or you put ice? Yeah, bring ice.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Excuse me. You can go ahead and throw it to a trash.
Oh my god. I can't carry you.
Oh shit! Ooh, that was a shotgun.
Tag team.
Exes.
Exes. What about my ex?
I don't know. That's one of our topics.
The topics.
Which ex would you like to talk about?
I mean, I don't really know if I want to talk about my ex.
Well, okay. Society.
Society.
What
They already did that one.
No.
Yeah, when we did Society.
No, we didn't.
We didn't do Society.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't. He was saying that he thinks humanity is shitty.
Well, yes, but that was just one thing we said. Because
Right.
remember, we were like, oh, we could go on for hours for
That's
society.
true. Society.
Society. What are your thoughts?
I think society is bullshit.
Just starts off with that. I think society's bullshit.
Yeah, this society's bullshit. I mean, what else is it? I mean, it's all fucking games. It's all manipulation and shit. It's all about money. Hey, shut the fuck up, dude. You gonna talk to her like that, Lee? Hey. Ooh.
Does it look good?
Just like that.
God damn. That's so crazy these bottles are, dude. Because, like, he filled up, like, most of that cup. Look, it's still, like, right there. That's how it was with the other wine.
Excuse me.
Looks like I'm fucking about to drink. But society, you think it's manipulation and all that money?
Bullshit. It's all about money. It's all about sex.
Well, yes. What do you think of society?
Hold on 1 second. So,
It's been 1 second.
that's all I needed. Society? I feel like it's a fucking disaster. I just feel like it's gonna get worse. It's already worse. It's already shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's due to social media, you know? Like, I didn't even finish the topic on social media, but I just feel like how easily accessible... It's not even, like, about the knowledge, but it's more about the criticism and the things that everybody expects of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, the more fads, the more things that are out there that make people feel like they need to do something,
Right.
the more people are gonna feel fucking suicidal, left out. You know, fucking, you know, like they're lacking in something. You know what I mean? And,
right.
And it's sad to say. This is why I think most of, like, fucking 80% of the people that I meet out there are fucking stupid, because they're sheep. They're sheep. They're looking for something to follow, always. Or they can't be their own person.
They're wolves in sheep's clothing.
Or that. That's true. But I don't know, a lot of the people that I meet, people that I see out there, they're not their own person.
Because you know what's... Yeah, another thing that's, like, society and social media together? Fucking pedophiles.
Whoa,
there's a lot of pedophilia going on right now, too. Like, I remember at one day, I got, like, 3 notifications for, like, kids missing and shit. Because you know how they send, like, the emergency alerts?
The Amber thing?
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, a 16-year-old missing. Oh, 12-year-old missing. Oh, 14-year-old missing. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, what the hell is going on? And that's another thing, too, with social media. Because, like, anyone can make any account, right? So it's like, there's more, dangerous people on social media too, and like you just don't know who is who. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more just like a cool off as well.
Yeah. Go for it. Bought it for a reason.
Dancing juice. Okay, then.
But I think, like, because there's so many like dangerous people now, especially on social media. Like, you always hear about, like, you know, that show How to Catch a Predator, like, back then. There's shit like that, you know? And there's, like... It's, like, super fucked up now. Like, how society thinks, too. Because, like, what... Also, the president, how he does shit affects the society as well.
Exactly. You see, like, I feel like an influencer is literally anybody who has more access to views.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter... if you think you're an influencer or not. If you are in some kind of screen where more like than maybe 1 million people can fucking have access to seeing you, that's all it takes for you to be an influencer, because you can influence so many people's minds with just something that you do. For example, our president, the stupid shit that he says, you know, like about fucking groping girls, or about like making fun of the dude who was, what was it, he had cerebral palsy or something.
Oh, like yeah.
You know, shit like that.
And then that's affects how everyone else thinks too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if our fucking president can say that shit, you know, like, why can't we fucking, you know, like, that's the president, you know?
Yeah, and no one can say shit, because that's the guy who's leading our country and influencing a younger generation to think that way, you know? Hold that. I'm gonna get ice so you two keep talking.
So, oh yeah, we covered the... I don't know, man. I feel like the shit I see, for example, I've downloaded so many different, like, gone through so many apps of people doing live videos and shit like that, and it's fucking embarrassing, like, how stupid people can be, you know, like, the fact that there's really, like, they're not their own person, right? So they go and follow other people that they feel closest to, or some sort of form like that, which these people are all doing the same fucking thing. So one bad negative trait can live on in so many people. Boom. It's like a fucking virus, you know? But it's a trait. It's like something that sticks to people, you know what I mean? And it spreads like that. That's why I feel like society is fucked right now.
Oh yeah, big time, man. Yeah, well, she asked me, you know, what is it? It's like a fucking society.
Why is it so quiet?
Oh, it's because Oscar popped out his dick on the stream, and
I did. You missed it.
We're getting sued. We're getting sued now.
We're getting sued?
She kind of looks like a background.
What?
It looks like a background, like Microsoft or some shit.
Okay. Oh, that smells so good.
Chug that shit.
Alright, Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys can like wine like that.
Calling it a night. Good night, Phoenix.
Good
We'll
night,
be back.
Phoenix.
We will be back, so don't even worry about that.
Yeah, many episodes to come.
Oh man.
What were you guys talking about?
Penis.
Uncircumcised or circumcised PP?
Both.
Yeah.
Which one's better? It's the moment of truth.
I like it either way because the thing is with uncircumcised it feels more, but also uncircumcised feels,
So with circumcised you feel more, and uncircumcised?
Well, it's more filling in a way.
Oh, okay.
Because
that extra skin.
Yeah, it's that extra skin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better when it's not circumcised, or I forgot.
Oh yeah, when it's not circumcised, because you're saying. Oh, that's what you're saying.
No.
That's what you said, right?
I like both.
Oh.
But you prefer uncircumcised or circumcised?
I'm in between. I can't choose. Like I don't know what feels better to me. I just like them both.
I mean, from a guy's point of view, I feel like circumcised is the way to go only because it's
circumcised.
Yeah, like because it's you're less probable to catch infections.
Yeah, I don't like circumcised. I mean, I'm uncircumcised. Thank God. Cause I mean, like, I mean, when I've had like sex before, or what the fuck? When I'm with a chick or something, and she gets me horny away, or like kissing my neck or whatever, and I get horny, like my skin goes back, and it's just bare dick, like the tip of my dick just touching my underwear, and it's so sensitive that I move and it hurts, and I don't like that shit.
But it's because you're used to your protection of the foreskin. But once you're circumcised,
then you wouldn't feel it.
Yeah,
but either way, I prefer how I came out, natural. I don't want no one touching my dick. Unless they're gonna suck. You know me? They're gonna cut my shit.
Well, sometimes guys don't have a choice. Their parents are like circumcised.
That's
true. Pretty much.
That's what my sister did with my nephews.
Yeah.
I got the porn star penis, because fucking circumcised. Right?
Oh yeah! Didn't you ask me that one time? What's a pretty penis?
Oh yeah.
We got into this conversation because he posted, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen a pretty dick before, and he's like, okay, what's your definition? I was like, I don't know. It was just like the perfect shape, perfect shape. It's not too big, not too small. Wasn't like banana shaped where it was like a fucking
like
hook.
A boomerang.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like I had like the worst. We could talk about worst sex stories.
No, I'm not wrong.
Shit.
Oscar, your worst sex story?
I knew I was first. Yeah, boy. Fucking dicks. Alright. Yo, I gotta leave soon. I'm a fucking. Alright. Well, I gotta go first though, motherfuckers.
Because you said you had to leave.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't want to go first. You started.
Me?
Started off.
Oof. Okay. So there's this guy who really liked me in my high school. He was just like this, he's a black guy named Talon. I knew his grandma and his mom and stuff. He did take me to prom my senior year.
You said Talon?
Talon.
I've never heard that.
No.
Yeah.
Talon.
I've never known him as a Talon. Yeah. But you know how you wish, the person's really sweet and all, and then they mean good, but you just can't get attracted to them. Yeah, it frustrated me because I was like, I know he would be a nice guy to me, I know he would treat me well, but I just don't feel like connecting. I can't see him that way. I don't have that chemistry. I don't know what it is, but I'm not attracted to him. Yeah. I had tried to give him a chance because after I went through with my ex-husband, he was, talking to me here and there, so I was like, okay, fine, So one of the times, I spent the night at his place before nothing ever happened, right? And so I was like, okay, you know what, fine, whatever. And he's like, yeah, get your mind off it, we'll play video games or whatever. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? That night, stuff ended up happening.
Who started it?
Him. Oh, cool. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm feeling shitty.
Gritty details, we need that nitty-gritty.
I know, we need that nitty-gritty.
You're gonna get it.
Oh, yeah.
So
got the right move.
So no joke. So I was like, okay, maybe this will be good, and maybe this will start the attraction. Maybe I'll feel something. Even when it was starting, I didn't.
You didn't feel nothing.
I was really trying. When I say I was really, really trying to feel something, because I know he was a good guy, but I was like, what is up? Like, why is it not working?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. So he, took off everything and all that stuff. I'm not even freaking joking you. It was like this.
Huh?
Like that, but it curved like that.
Oh, I was about to say, like, that's the size. That's like a curve. Like,
yeah, no, that's exactly what it was like.
A little hook.
Yeah, like a hook.
Going down.
Like this. Oh. No, like up.
Oh, I was like
this. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And like not even my like.
No way.
Yeah.
That's like a.
That's like a black outlier.
Damn.
What?
A black outlier, dude.
Oh man. I was thinking like those the attachments that go on like certain dildos for the clit. Oh. Like the little thing that comes out like that.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
And you know, I felt really bad. And I already knew he was insecure, you know. So I give him props because he could go multiple times, but that was bad for me because I had to fake every time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. I'll explain it with this more. So let's say I'm bent over, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I'm like that, right? I'm bent over because I couldn't feel shit.
Damn.
I could not feel shit. It was like 3 inches at the most. I couldn't feel shit. So I was like, I feel really bad.
What, was it the girth? What was the girth?
No, there was no girth. That was the thing.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So I bent over because, you know, you can't go wrong with doggy style, plus it'll reach deeper. So I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know how or why. I don't know where he the fuck learned it from. He literally did a squat, but around my legs like this, and just stayed squatting. Yeah. Instead of being normal and like going like this and like grabbing my hips and stuff, he went
split sort of like
like literally like
oh shit.
Yeah, like some weird shit. But of course when he did that, I still couldn't feel shit.
Oh.
And I was like, what made it worse was I looked over here for like a second and I had to look away because it was just worse because he had the closet where it had the mirrors.
Oh shit.
So I literally, he went like, I don't even know how many times that night, probably 7. Yeah, but I couldn't feel anything.
Damn.
All I could feel was the cum.
7 times 7.
And even that wasn't filling for me, so I was like, and even the next day he even asked me, and you know a guy's insecure because a guy,
if they ask you,
yeah, because very self-esteem insecure guy, if you weren't worried about it, no, worse, was I big enough? Did it feel good?
That's what he told you?
That's what he asked me. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it was fine. I was fine. I was like,
I mean, I asked a girl, did it feel good? I was like, did you come? Because she told me she came. I was like, did you come? I don't think she really came. You know, but I was like, did you come?
That's the thing. Girls will all, like, there's a lot of girls that fucking...
Oh, no, I come a lot. The thing is that with me, it's because with girls come, it's different. It doesn't, like, shoot out.
Yeah.
That's only with squirt.
I've never seen squirt. I've seen cream. I've seen creamy shit. I've never seen, like, squirt.
Yeah, girls like cream. Like, it slowly, like,
I've seen the cream, yeah. So then that's the cum, right? The fucking cream.
Yeah.
So then I mean the bitch cum when she's over here saying
she doesn't. Yeah.
I
remember one time I was with this chick who it was a crazy. It's you know her, but let's not mention any names. Yeah. She this was like around a year ago, something like that. She really fucking wanted it this one night, right? And she's like, please come over, like, I'll do anything, this and this and this. I'm like, alright, fuck it.
So she was craving it.
Like, hardcore, right? So I was like, alright, fuck it, you know, I go over.
Begging.
The thing is, she had moved in with her mom because she had just had her kid. And so she
had a baby.
So I wasn't about to sneak in because her mom was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
You already know who, We had to fuck outside right outside next to, like, her house. Right? And so I remember it was just the weirdest situation because she was like trying to hear for her baby through the window, like if her baby had woken up and shit like that. And I was like,
God,
no. I hated it, right? Anyways, I'm doing my thing, boom, we're fucking going doggy style and shit. And I just, she wanted to record, she wanted to make a little porno and shit, right? And I remember I just got my phone and I'm going at it. And then like, I pull out and I'm like trying to fucking fuck with my phone and shit. And my dick is just full of white shit.
Yeah.
It's just full. I'm like, did you come? She's like, she just giggles. Like, I'm like, okay, I guess you fucking can. You know, we were just about to start the video and shit. And certain girls get like really fucking sensitive, like after they comment shit. So I was like, oh fuck it, there's no point. It's like a fucking minute video or some shit like that.
No, that's nothing.
I mean, like I got this chick one time, like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know who it is. She texted me. She hit me at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was living over here in my apartment. I'm just chilling there. I was smoking my bowl. I think it was when I had quit or whatever. And it was when I was texting and I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know. Well, she hit me up, and then I was here to go because I didn't have gas. So I told her, if you give me $20 gas, I'll go. She's like, alright. So I hit her up. I go, at first we're just chilling because I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, because I mean, she's not just someone. She's fucking. It's not that she's fine. It's just that she's not someone I should be fucking with. I'm just gonna say that she's not someone I should be fucking with.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get there. And she wants to go to my car, but I'm like, I don't want to go to my car. It's cold in there. Let's go to her house. So I go into her house, and I go into her room. She's got her kids sleeping on the floor, and we're on her bed, and we're chilling, we're talking. And then I'm like, I'm just going to do my thing, or I'm going to leave. I'm talking to myself. So I was like, I'll go to the restroom. Can I go to the restroom? So yeah, I go to the restroom. I'm getting ready. I come back out, and that's when I start doing my thing, And I get hard. We start doing our thing. We start making out and shit. Her toppy, I'm just going to say, wait, that shit was old. So yeah, we're doing our thing. Her daughter wakes up, and me, the type of guy I am, I don't want to keep going when a kid's watching, But I don't know. I guess she likes it, or I don't know what the fuck. So that kind of
her kid had come in and
no, her kid was sleeping in the same room.
She was right there.
She was right there, and she's writing me, so I'm like this. She's writing. She's facing that way.
I'll be the kid. I'll be like.
I wish the camera could see, but
yeah. How are you?
I was like this. No, for real. I was right here. It's because it's alright. How do you explain? Say the baby's right here.
Okay.
Her bed's right here. The TV's right there. She's sleeping on the floor. We're up here. I'm right here. My legs are sticking on her bed. She's riding me, but she's facing down and watching the TV. And I'm just fucking.
She's facing.
Yeah, she's facing the TV when we're watching reggaeton or some shit.
Oh my god.
And I'm just fucking spreading it, man. I'm just, doing my thing. And I see her kid, she just gets up like that. And she's up like that, and she turns to us, and she's just watching. I just go like that.
No.
That way, and then I'm like, yo. And she wants to keep going.
You turn away.
She wants to continue and shit, and I don't, and she doesn't listen. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going until, I can't go to work like this. I can't be invaded. I can't, I can't do this. So, yeah. She's a snorker, right?
I am. He's heard it before.
Yeah. What was that?
So the girl was up?
She's writing. And to a point where I'm getting soft already because I can't focus when there's a kid watching me. Maybe she's small and I'm not with that shit, So I'm getting slow. And when I'm getting slow, she turns around and she's like, are you finished? I don't know what to say, man, when I'm in a situation like that. Yes or no. So I'm just like, nah. And that's it. We quit, we stop it, we show we do our thing, She wants to keep going, but I just want to leave because I'm already embarrassed. I'm embarrassed, So I just asked her for $20 and that's it.
That'll be $20.
Yeah, she gives me $20 and I'm there for the whole ride home. I stop at the gas station, it's like maybe 6 in the morning. And I'm just like, I feel dirty. I'm just like, I don't know. She was watching me, I don't know.
Especially because it's her kid,
And what's crazy about it is, you know who it is.
I could just picture him like this, and then the kid just being like,
yeah.
And then how he tries to look away, he can't do shit.
Oscar's like, no.
What is this shit? Is that a bullet?
What?
Oh, yeah, that's the tip of a bullet.
What the fuck? Yeah, I was gonna say some shit, but I don't want whoever is hearing this, because I'm pretty sure they might, I don't know. I don't want people to find out who it was, man.
No, we're not saying names.
No, I know, but the people listening is.
I doubt it.
I'll say names because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
So that's where I'm gonna end up.
Shit.
That one.
And that is the podcast.
That's the end.
Oscar got watched by a kid. We're ending it at that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I hate that shit, fucking with their kids, they're like...
Yeah. And what's crazy is that I didn't phase her. She didn't care. She just wanted to keep going.
That kid's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Same.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. Crazy though. Most chicks who have kids do that shit. I don't know. That's crazy.
I'm trying to think of my worst sex story, and I just can't think of which one.
I'm glad I don't have kids.
It's the worst.
Can't do that shit.
It's like, I almost said her name. fuck? I don't know. I doubt she'd be watching.
Just be safe. Better safe than sorry.
I'm just gonna use a letter.
Okay.
We'll just call her E, right?
Okay.
E.
Okay, so E.
Like that meme?
E, which one?
Do you remember E, the meme?
No.
You don't remember the E meme? I'm gonna find it.
So anyways, it's the same chick that I told you guys that just like we would get it on and we wouldn't give a fuck where we were.
You're gonna need a ride home or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we.
So after the story.
Yeah. So we didn't know like we didn't.
Or I could
we
spend the night here. I don't give a shit.
We would get it on.
I'm down for that. I mean, I'll stay here too. I mean.
Well, yeah, you guys want to fucking.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Yeah.
Have a sleepover.
Yeah.
So anyways.
And then E.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of how this. Okay. So basically, imagine this. It's a girl who would never take no for an answer. This chick, when she wanted it, she wanted it. And my high-ass sex drive, I couldn't say no. You know what I mean? But I just like, fuck it. It's happening. Fuck it. Like, I wouldn't even... She just climb on top of that shit, dude. Like, it's crazy.
That could be a bad situation, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I remember she would get really fucking turned on at night. And I remember we're at this park. We're down here at Elena Park, actually. And I remember I'm about to leave. We're driving, and she starts trying to take off my shit and give me roadhead. Right?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love giving roadhead.
But she's like half asleep at this point because we were like literally like falling asleep in my truck. Like, and like she just wakes up. She's like trying to get her shit going and everything. Right? She's trying to give me like roadhead. But she hadn't given me head before, and I didn't really trust her because she gets too fucking wild. She doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
So we're going, and first thing I feel is teeth, just straight teeth, and I just like I almost fucking like I hit the brakes a little bit, like because like, I was like, oh shit, like she just imagine it grinded on the tip all the way down. I'm like, oh, and I just stopped there, just like yo, you know, let's do this.
I don't even have a pee and that hurts.
I was like, let's do this later. Like, okay. She's like, no, I want to give you road hit. I'm like, please, like, no, like we could do this later.
I zipped up my dick once way.
Oh no! Like there's something about Mary?
Yeah, I should really hurt.
Fuck yeah.
Like it was zipped up, and since I'm not circumcised, like that foreskin was just, and it was zipped up all the way. Like,
that's something. There's something about Mary in real life too. Like, oh no!
Yeah, but come on, get some pajamas or some shit, and then I'll come back.
From where you're?
From my place,
Oh shit. Well, let's all go then.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. And that ends our broadcast?
We gotta put all this away because
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we gotta end the broadcast though.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, let me just finish the story. So, anyways, I had to drive somewhere close because she was not taking no for a fucking answer. She was legit trying to still give me a head and shit. Like, I parked right, you remember where Marcos used to live?
Where?
In the apartments?
Yeah.
Like, you know how there's like that little corner that you could just park in? You know which one I'm talking about?
Next to the wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see how there's a wall there and there's like a little... Yeah. So we were parked there. And she just hops on and starts trying to like riding me and shit, dude. But like there was people passing by and all kinds of shit. All I remember, dude, was when she started trying to give me head again. Pure fucking teeth, dude, to the point where my dick was sore, dude. Like I had to stop her. Like I had to literally just like push her on, be like, I'm
I would have told her, man.
Yeah, dude.
I want to enjoy it. Yeah, I would have told her, man. I'm not be a dick. Be like, you use your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that wine is so good.
It is. Alright.
Well.
It was a good one. It was a good first one.
Yeah.
How long?
That was a really good first one.
Right, it was a good one.
I have no idea how long this is. Well, it's because we stopped it and then we continued and we stopped and continued, yeah. So like, I wouldn't know how long it has gone.
Well, when we actually got the shit together, then it was good.
Yeah. We did talk about everything too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except aliens, didn't we?
No, we didn't do aliens. We'll save aliens next time.
That's my topic. That's the one I fucking said.
Well, we'll save it next time. We got a bunch of episodes left to do, so.
Okay.
Shit.
Right.
Fucking Oscar yelling at me and shit.
We gonna cut the stream.
Screamer.
Oh my god. We gonna cut the stream with Oscar confessing.
Alright. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh, someone just come up? Nope.